what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Monday Morning Podcast for Monday, December 1st, 2025. What's going on? How are ya? Oh, I got up there. Yeah. How did you know? How are you? How's it going? How is your day going? My day is going fantastic. Is there anything better than hitting a couple of bets? You know, gives you a sense of control, makes you feel like you know something. You know what I mean? You just sit here and it's December 1st and it's fucking 81 degrees out in Los Angeles. I will tell you this. Oh, I am on one. Ooh, Billy's on one. These fucking local weather people. I don't know what management is telling them, but they are not bringing up global warming they're acting like it isn't happening. They said there's the rest of the country's getting snow. 81 degrees out. It's just like, even I know, basking in the sunshine out here in the Sunshine State, even I know as a comedian that extreme weather is happening. And that to be like, well, it's fucking snowing in Chicago. It's like, it's supposed to be snowing in Chicago. And it's supposed to be cool here. It's 81 fucking degrees out. It feels like mid-September, and it's December. I don't know how they do it. I mean, the level of drinking that these fucking media, because they actually know what's going on. They've been studying the charts forever. They know what the fuck is going on. Like Paul Verzi knew the Carolina Panthers were going to give the Rams a game. It's 24-21, 6:20 to go in the third. I got the game on the flat screen here. I like what the Panthers are doing here. They're trying to establish the run game here. They're chewing up the clock. Anyway, I just lost my whole train of thought. You know, this is at some point I'm going to realize with my ADD, I cannot have a TV on in the background, but it is what it is. I'll tell you, I'm starting to like I fucking played drums, flew helicopters, rode motorcycles and all that. Like the shit that I hear now. I heard at the beginning of this podcast, I thought the guy said, hey, it's Adam and Eve in the broadcast booth. And I'm going like, Adam and Eve, what is this, the fucking 700 Club? What am I watching here? Adam and Eve, oh, gee, what, they got some broad calling the game? And then they cut to them. It was Adam and Drew Brees. It's just like, oh, it's Adam and Drew Brees, not Adam and Eve. TV was turned down a little bit. Turned down for what? Can somebody tell me why they haven't put Little John in a commercial yet? A commercial yet where the fucking, it's for a 5-star hotel and they're showing all the amenities. And then like the fucking, not the waitress, the maid comes in, like knocks on the door and he opens the door and he's like, you know, yeah. And she goes, turn down service. And he goes, turn down for what? Right? And then they cut to the music and they're like, Marriott, 5 nights, only fucking $69.99. I mean, if I am representing Little John, I'm not waiting for that offer. I'm going out and I'm actively pitching it. Okay, you can't sit on your hands in this business. You can't sit on your hands in any business right now with the way these nerds are. You know, remember how nerds, you know, they used to get fucking picked up on in the sandbox and they take their toy and going home. They're doing that with entire businesses. And instead of going home with the toy, they're taking all the money and they're sticking it in their front pocket and they're walking away. And then they're just saying, oh, the business is shrinking. Yeah, right into your fucking pocket, you greedy cunt. It's kind of amazing. I always thought that, like, the end of this shit was good. I just thought the people doing it were going to be a lot more sinister. You know, I guess classic, like, Hollywood cinema sinister. You know, big black mustache twirling it. That's what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be type A psychos. But I will say that the computer really leveled the playing field when it comes to diabolical behavior. It used to be like nerds were nerds. They nerded off with each other. They put on mascot uniforms and they had their little fuck off parties, and in the middle of a Dungeon and Dragon game. I mean, that's how they did it. And then somewhere along the line, a laptop got invented, websites got invented, and then online shopping, and I don't know what happened. Everything went to like 3 people. Now I have to wonder, because behind the politicians are these nerds that have swallowed up whole businesses. And behind those nerds, okay, are the oil companies and the pharmaceuticals. And behind those people is the Federal Reserve. And behind those people is the blue bloods that evidently go around the ocean in a giant armada that doesn't show up on any radar. They just sail around the world running shit. So I'm wondering, at what point are they going to feel that these nerds are getting a little too big for their britches? Because all of a sudden, if you got $1 billion, you do have enough money to convince a former high school linebacker not only to be your security, but maybe to take a run at that armada if you get enough of them. You could promise them, hey, you want to be a billionaire too? They are worth trillions of dollars. If you take out that fucking armada, I'll be a trillionaire and you guys will all be billionaires. What do you say to that? Yeah, I'll fucking do that shit. That's what I want to see. Enough with them coming at regular people. I want to see them go after each other. That's what I was really hoping for, when that Luigi thing happened last year, man, or when over a year ago. I was hoping that was an organized hit and that CEOs were finally whacking other CEOs. And it just turned out that it wasn't the case. Anyway, and that's another Panthers first down. Look at that. Look at that. Just going right down the goddamn field. Anyway, buddy of mine from back east, hey, my family back east, sent me a text last night because, I'm always fucking whining about the goddamn state of sports. And he said, if you get a chance, watch Kostelic destroys Sider tonight. And he said Visions of McQuaid, because one of my favorite fights sort of in the end of the Enforcer era before it became Finesse, which is just a different kind of hockey. It's sort of the Ice Capades mixed with hockey, I guess. More Ice Capades, less NHL hockey that I grew up with. There's this fight, you got to look it up. Adam McQuaid versus Rafi Torres. And I remember Rafi Torres came down on the right side and he jumped up a little bit and he elbowed Ferentz right across the face, our other defenseman. And McQuaid, without question, went right over, dropped the gloves, and beat the fucking shit out of the guy. And I just always remember seeing that. I don't think I've ever, in the modern era, before what it is now, it's just textbook defending of your teammate. Like, oh, is that how you guys are going to play? If this is how you're going to play, this is what's going to happen. And I'll tell you, the Phoenix Coyotes became little chihuahuas after that, as far as their cheap shit. And so he told me, because I was saying, I sat front row, down in the front row for that Bruins-Kings game. Thank you to the Bruins hooking me and Jackie Flynn up. I was just amazed at the size of the players that could turn like Brad Marchand. He had like guys 6'6", 6'5", 6'7". And like those guys used to just be, first of all, they weren't even that big. If you were that big, you played basketball. And now they can actually play hockey. And then it became you just sort of this enforcer guy. And now these guys, they're like that big and they can turn like a forward. It's insane, the level of skill. And I will tell you, when I was sort of in the back doing something for Nesson, I saw one of the players, like this is the level of savagery of the modern athlete. This guy's a hockey player. It's before the game, and he's sort of doing this side gallop down the hall, juggling 3 tennis balls off of the wall, slowly galloping to the right and to the left. Like, these guys are working out their fucking brains. It's like, I thought going 30 miles an hour backwards trying to stop Connor McDavid was enough for your brain. But it's like, if we're going to stop this guy, we need to do this. I mean, it's really insane. The human ability. I mean, back in the day, if you could do that, if you could gallop sideways and juggle 3 balls off of a wall, you were a fucking juggler. You were going to work for a long time in the circus, or at least doing college gigs around the country. You know, there was nobody in the NHL that could fucking do that. Now, I guess they do this before the goddamn game, and it explains their hand-eye coordination and the insane level of talent. I guess, try to learn how to do that. My brain gets older. Maybe I'll something new. It'd be funny if I tried it and I fainted. It's too much thinking. Motor skills and hand-eye coordination. Anyway, old Billy back on the road, baby. Going out tonight. Remember that Phil Collins song? Oh, whole fucking song. Gonna make it right tonight. Whoa. And he was so fucking popular, he got away with that. There was guys in the booth going like, hey, Phil, you gonna maybe write a little more stuff to say? Tonight. Oh. I'm gonna go out do some stand-up. I got a bunch of new shit that I'm going to try out. Very excited. And get myself ready. I'm going up to Bakersfield, one of my favorite places to go. Heading up there. Who the fuck do I got with me? I think Ambria Allen and Dean Del Rey. I think that's who I got. Should be a good time, man. A little up and back there. And they got a good coffee spot up there. By the time I get up there, it's going to be closed. Oh, Bill, with the goddamn coffee. When are you going to stop with the goddamn coffee? All right. Here's another celebrity ad. If I was Tommy Lee's from Motley Crue's agent, I would get him. There's a clip of him from back in the day doing a drum solo. And, he's talking to the crowd, and he's in Tacoma. And he keeps going, Tacoma, all right, Tacoma, right? And they edit it all together, trying to make it look all Spinal Tappy. But, of course, they cut out the amazing drum solo and all the other shit he said. So it looks like all he said was Tacoma 50,000 fucking times. It has a bunch of views. If I'm his agent, why not get him playing a drum solo, going Tacoma a bunch of times, going upside down and all that. And then in the end, he drives off in a Toyota Tacoma. Bam! There's another one. See, this is what you do. You try to get people that you like work. Okay? And considering the nerds are swallowing up show business and everybody has to do commercials now, I'm going to look out for people that I like. I went to a Carolina Panthers game, everybody. I did. It reminded me of the old NFL, that old stadium that they were playing in and all of that. It would be really cool if they're kind of a low-key, good team this year. By the way, does anybody have any idea who's winning the Super Bowl this year? I saw a game Tom Brady was announcing, and he I don't know if he was thinking what I'm trying to say here. He said this is a weird year. And I don't know, was he alluding to the fact that there's no clear front runner for the playoffs? I think the Chiefs are done. Unless they win all the way out and 50 things happen, they got a bunch of division losses. I don't know. And the Ravens didn't step up. The Bills didn't step up. And my Patriots out of nowhere are killing it. But I don't know. I mean, I just don't. I'm just talking like AFC here. Oh, by the way, my Patriots are playing the Giants tonight. In the New York sports media, who fucking blows New York Knicks fans. And anytime the Giants play the Patriots, they go back. Now they're going back 18 years. You remember when they were undefeated? And that whole myth that Eli Manning beat Tom Brady rather than it was the Giants' front four that destroyed our offensive line and moved Tom off his spot and got him moving, which he wasn't comfortable. Or the second one when it was Brady to Welker and it was a little behind him and Welker didn't catch it and gave him the ball back. That's what fucked us on that one. But now it's becoming Eli just had their number. Oh, was he a coach? Was he out there tackling people? But that's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. And they're going to ignore the fact that the Patriots went to 5 more Super Bowls after that first loss to the Giants. Won 3, lost 2, won a total of 6, and have more Super Bowls than the Giants, Bills, and Jets all put together. I don't know what to tell you. And Tom went on to win number 7 with the fucking Buccaneers. But if you want to act like, Eli's a better quarterback than Tom Brady, go ahead and have that, New York. You guys all know that you don't have to accomplish as much in New York. If you do something in New York, it's never, oh my God, you do it in fucking Seattle, people forget. Ken Griffey Jr., Ichiro. I mean, those were 2 of the greatest baseball players I've ever seen in my life. If they did that shit in New York City, oh my God. They'd have fucking statues in Times Square for them. All right, maybe not that, Bill. Let's fucking relax. Anyway, plowing ahead here. They're playing tonight. We'll see what happens. I have no idea. I just can't believe that we're 10-2. It's like, how the fuck are we 10-2? We have the best record in the AFC. It doesn't make any sense on paper. You look at the whole fucking thing. It doesn't make any sense that it wasn't the Bills, Ravens, Chiefs. Other teams got injuries, or even like who knew? Old fucking Aaron Rodgers with the Steelers. So I'll be honest with you, I have no idea who's going to win basically from week to week, but I need a big week to catch back up with the bookie. I swear to God. I was right at 500 after having a horrific start. And all it takes is 1-3 week. I pick 4 games a week, and then you just go under. Somewhere in November, you just go under and you don't resurface. Jesus Christ, look at the size of these fucking concussion-proof helmets. You know what they need to do is they need to fucking elongate the human tongue and have it wrap around the human brain like it does on a woodpecker, because a woodpecker never gets concussions. There's no concussion protocol with the woodpecker, and evidently because it has a tongue, I can't believe it. I was on the internet, like the back of the tongue wraps around the brain and fucking somehow cushions whatever's going on here. Fucking stomach growling. Oh, Billy fucking trying to drop weight. Oh, Billy diet face. Oh, Billy diet face. I got to eat more, though. I haven't been eating lately. Just been fucking working. Having like a cup of coffee in the morning, and then I just had fucking eggs at noon. You got to eat, dude. You got to eat, bro. You want to lose the fucking weight? You got to fucking eat. Hey, I don't have to fucking do anything. Well, if you don't want to accept the help that's out there, I'll tell you, when I go to the gym, I always like low-key spy on like younger people's workouts. Like when they pick up the kettlebells or they do like body weight exercises, it's just like shit from the future. And I mean, it's like, what is that? That's what a push-up looks like now? Or that one where they do a squat and they got like one kettlebell, they squat down and then they push the kettlebell up and then they stand back up. It's like, I guess is that like an actual exercise, or is this guy late for work? Because it seems like he's doing his shoulders. Yeah, they do it all at once. I don't know. I just look at that stuff and I think about it for half a second. I was like, you know what? Dance with what brung you. If I was 20, 25 years younger, I would try new exercises like that. I would try that exercise out with like my socks balled up in my hand instead of a kettlebell. I'm not trying to go out there and fucking blow out an ACL doing a one-legged squat, pushing a fucking kettlebell up on the other side to work my core. But anyways, let's get to the holiday. How was your holiday? Did you guys have a good one with the Thanksgiving there? Did you avoid? I didn't give you your pep talk. Your pep talk. This is how you deal with family members. Now that let's look at the game film, considering it's after Thanksgiving. One of the things I like to do when I feel like, something, this probably isn't going to go well, or something's going to get brought up, shit that happened in the past, politics, ex-girlfriends, ex-boyfriends, something's going to happen. I do this thing where when I'm talking to somebody that I've had like difficulty with in the past, which I'm taking oh, you motherfucker, get out of bounds. I'm rooting for Paul Verzi's bet here. I've had difficulty with people or whatever. I'm doing this new thing where they start talking and I just let them talk until they figure out that I haven't. I just sit there and I nod, and I nod, and I nod a little more. And then, I nod some more. And then they finally stop talking. And I just go, yeah, I hear you. And then they'll just look. And they get it. It's not that I don't have anything to add. It's just, I don't want to do this. I don't want to get into this with you, man. Let's just fucking chill out and have a nice fucking dinner. I didn't have any desserts. Old Billy's dialed in. I didn't do the fucking Thanksgiving for breakfast every day like I used to. I used to do that I'd have Thanksgiving, and then I would have Thanksgiving for breakfast Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then on Monday, I would go in and I would get my cholesterol checked. And the guy'd be like, Jesus Christ, we need to put you on Lipitor. And I would be like, just relax, I'll come back in a month. It's like, what the fuck are you checking it for? The Monday after Thanksgiving. This has got to be a big money day for you, buddy. What do you get, $800 per patient? Trying to get us on this shit? Do you know that they do that? Those fucking goddamn piece of shit pharmaceutical companies? $500, $600, $700, $800 from what I've heard. To get you on the drugs, to bring your shit down and fuck up your kidneys or your liver. That's the game, man. Fix this while fucking up that. Like you ever have work done in your house, and as they're fixing that, they're fucking up the door jamb, bringing shit in and out. It's just never fixed up. It never ends. I don't know. Well, let's see here. I feel like the Rams are going to win this game, but I don't think they're going to cover. It's 11:15 to go in the game. It's 24-21. The Rams are driving. They got Matthew Stafford under fucking center. And I just think he's got too much goddamn experience. I think maybe they got a better coach. Who knows? He's got a Super Bowl ring, right? He's been to 2. He's been to 2. We won 1. Last time the Pats won a Super Bowl, we beat the Rams. First time. I don't care what city the fucking Rams are in. Oh my fucking God, what a catch. Holy shit, sorry. What the fuck? He's definitely juggling some balls off a wall. That sounds dirty. What the fuck was that? This is one of the sickest one-handed catches I've seen in a minute. Stumbles. He caught it with his inside arm. God damn, that was a great catch. Dude, today's athletes, okay? I don't like the rules of the game or whatever, but I will never take it away from them. These are the most talented people that have ever played the fucking game. Touchdown Rams. And same thing with like fighters, like the fucking UFC fighters are the most insane. Just like, how do you want to do this? You want to be on the ground? You want to stand up? You want to kick? What the fuck do you want to do? I can do it all. Like, I feel like UFC fighters are kind of the legitimate, like, action, like all those action heroes that I watched when I was a kid and they would go into a bar and beat up like 80 fucking people. You know what's funny? Is all they were doing was throwing punches and grabbing them and sliding them across the bar. There was always a bunch of drinks. They'd always go up and over the bar and into some glass, or they'd choke slam them down onto a table, and everybody waited their turn. Okay? It was a respectful time. You didn't bring up politics or religion, and if 10 of you were going to fight one guy, you all waited your fucking turn. If we learned anything from Bruce Lee movies, you wait your fucking turn, and then you go in, and then he fucking, it was respect for his martial arts, the artistic way he did his martial arts, his artistry. That's what I'm trying to say. And all 100 of them, after they got their ass kicked by Bruce Lee, they all got up and they exchanged notes like, how did he fuck you up? Oh, he did this. He did that. Oh, wow. With me, he did that. He can do that too. Like, Bruce Lee could have 100 guys come at you, 100 different fucking ways of fucking you up. But it was a movie. These UFC guys actually can do that. Could walk into a bar and fight 5 regular guys. Oh my God. How quickly would you know you were in trouble? If the bar was dark and all of a sudden he gets in his grill and that's when you first clock the cauliflower ears and you're like, oh no. Let me rephrase that. What I was trying to say. Anyway, fucking amazing. So, yeah, hockey, the football, all of this shit. Oh, look at these guys in the steam room. It's an odd thing here. I actually saw a fucking great, really funny commercial today. Have you guys seen that Teddy Bridgewater commercial where the girl's talking to the other girl and then she's venting about her relationship that isn't working, and then the other girl's not listening. She goes, that's it. And then she calls in Teddy Bridgewater, and he comes in. He said, Teddy Bridgewater, backup listener. And then he sits down, and just the choice he makes, the way he, is sitting there listening was hilarious. He delivered the lines hilarious. And I was like, God damn, that is a funny fucking commercial. And for some reason, I figured I'd share it to you, forgetting what he said. Hey, you know what? You're not a mechanic. It's not your job to fix it. That's what he said. Something like that. Anyway, did you guys watch Alabama-Auburn? The Red River? Not the Red River, the fucking Iron Bowl. That was a great game. Alabama pulling it out in the end. But how about Auburn, man? Just giving them a fucking game. That was a wildly entertaining game. That's my favorite one out of all of them. Ohio State finally handled the Michigan Wolverines. My Michigan Wolverines. I love those guys. But and now, as always, every couple of years, Lane Kiffin is looking for a new gig. You know what I mean? I was joking with a buddy of mine where he's like one of those actors that always had like a new sitcom that was coming out. Like Lane Kiffin is forever going to a new college program. Like he was at Tennessee, he was at USC, he was at Alabama, Mississippi. And now my buddy's an LSU fan. He's thinking, what do you think if he comes in, coaches at LSU? I was like, I don't know. Did he come up to the NFL too? Like Lane Kiffin is a made guy. But, I will say everywhere he goes, he does make the program better. They do become winners. So he knows what the hell he's doing, but he doesn't stick around. He's got that, it's like he's in the Allman Brothers, you just got to keep moving. Lord, I was born a rambling man. I think in the end of it, he might coach every team in the SEC. He's already been at 3. I know he wasn't the head coach at Alabama, but he's probably been to more. I have no fucking idea. Anyway, I don't have the reads yet. I was trying to knock out a half hour of this because I got some business. Hey, I got fucking business tomorrow. Just trying to get ahead of it here. Gonna watch the rest of this game though. Wait for my reads and all that shit to come in. And as always, with the magic of editing, you're not gonna have to wait. All right, I'm back. Jesus Christ, just went down the fucking Improv. Shaking the rust off. My God. I was That was terrible. Terrible, I tell you. All right, Quo, Quo. Let's talk about something let's talk about every business owner. Wait, let's talk about something everybody knows too well. No, let's talk about something every business owner knows too well. I can't get that fucking song out of my head. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the business owners knows too well. Missed fucking calls. Because missing a business call, that's like watching money fly out the fucking window and straight into your competitor's hands. All you had is he shake it at you from down on the street and run away with it? That's a diabolical picture you just painted there, Quo. That's why today's episode is brought to you by Quo, spelled Quo. The smarter way to run your business communication. Quo is the #1 business phone system. Built for 2025, not 1995. Am I right, people? Sorry, I'm still in stand-up mode. Rated the top choice for customer satisfaction with over 3,000 reviews on G2. Forget juggling phones or using a landline. You know, or having a pocket protector. What fucking year are they talking about? Quo works right from an app on your phone or computer. Your whole team can share one number and collaborate on calls and texts like a shared inbox. Oh, geez, I don't see any red flags there. Let's all use the same phone and accidentally send a dick pic to that thing instead of my lady. Faster responses, happier customers. And Quo's not just a phone system, it's a smart system. Built-in AI logs calls, writes summaries, and even sets up next steps. And hey, can't answer the phone? Quo's AI agent can. Thank you for calling Landscape. What would you call a landscaping company? Landscape designers. Qualifying leads, routing calls to the right person and making sure no customers ever left hanging, man. Even after hours, Quo's got your back. It keeps the lights on while you actually sleep. That's why over 90,000 businesses are already running on Quo. From solo operations to growing teams, Quo helps businesses stay connected and looks professional. Try it for free when you go to quo.com/Burr. That's QUO.com/Burr. You can even keep your existing number. Quo, no missed calls, no missed customers. Oh, look who it is, everybody. It's old Zip. All right. An offbeat family gathering. A child's wish, a holiday miracle. To make these holiday favorites, it takes a team of talented people, from actors to editors to props people, the sound crew, and more. And when it comes to building such a team, whether it's for the entertainment industry or a wide range of other industry, you need to hire the right people. The best way to do that is with Zip. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/Burr. How does Zip help you round up the brightest team? ZipRecruiter's matching technology works fast to find top talent so you don't waste any time or money. You can find out right now how many job seekers are in your area, are qualified for your role. These all reminding me of songs tonight. Job seeker. Remember AC/DC? I'm a heat seeker. Man, his dick was going to find a put it. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume data, you can instantly unlock top candidate contract info. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site based on G2. Make sure you're hiring a little merrier with ZipRecruiter. You like that? That was the death metal one. 4 out of 5 employers who passed on Zip get a quality candidate within the first day. Just go to this exclusive website address right now to try out ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/Burr. That's Zip.com/Burr. ZipRecruiter. Smartest goddamn way to hire. All right, finally. We have finally made it. Finally, The Rock has come back to the questions. All right, holiday bums. By the way, I don't want to get all the emails like, wow, dude, your energy totally fucking changed. I know it did. I'll admit it. I can chill. Is that what you want? You want me to back off, man? Huh? You say the word and I'll fucking back off, bro. How about the fucking Jets, for no fucking reason, deciding to win Game 3 this year? God forbid you get a good draft pick. Holiday bums. That was the ugliest game-winning field goal I've ever seen in my life. All right, holiday bums. Hey, Billy boy, I'm here to bitch a little. Well, you've come to the right place and given me a break from my bitching. People who don't go to town at the holidays are wasting their lives. People who don't go to town at their holidays are wasting their lives. I don't mean people who can't afford it. I'm talking about people who are too lazy for tradition. Oh, you mean go all out? I'm taking everything literally. I'm like, well, what town? What town are we talking about? Christmas town? Thanksgiving town? P-town for fucking Halloween? Oftentimes, these people will act so enamored by other cultures and traditions, but when it comes to their own lives, they'd rather watch Netflix marathons and stare at their phones. All right, well, which holiday are we talking? Are we talking Thanksgiving? Because if you tap out on Thanksgiving and Halloween, I got a problem with you. But, you know, if you don't do shit for Christmas because you see it for what it is, if you got kids, you got to do something. But if you're an adult, like what are we doing? Let's just take the day off and save our money. All right? You know what my gift is? My gift to you is you don't have to give me shit, and I won't give you shit. How about that? Oftentimes, these people will act... As you can see, I'm covering a lot of ground here. All right. Well, geez, you're not shy about giving yourself a compliment there. You are covering a lot of ground there. I guess I was supposed to say that. Why, yes, you are. You are covering a lot of ground. Me and all the listeners, well, we're going to try to keep up with you, buddy. He said, I think my generation, I'm 38, has given up a lot on tradition because they simultaneously hate themselves and think they're better than everyone. Well, a lot of times when you hate yourself, then the ego has to come up to balance you out. You know what I mean? It's like the old doing, you know, you did too much coke, you drank a little bit of alcohol to try to bring it down. That's my generation. And what's with people showing up to others' houses in sweatpants? I agree. I didn't grow up in a buttoned up, no pun intended, household. We were middle of the ground when it came to a lot of things, but at least up until at the age of 16, my mom made us dress nice when we were going to our grandparents' house. One set of cousins would show up looking like slobs. You don't need a suit and tie, but at least wear something you wouldn't wear on a sick day. Thanks for hearing me out. Go fuck yourself. You know what? I agree with a lot of that. I'm all right. If someone doesn't want to fucking be involved in the holidays, I actually think that's kind of cool. Like Christmas. If you like, I'm not fucking doing that shit. I actually think that's great because then you're not behind. You don't have to worry. You're not stressing. You're not going to websites with now when you give them the email, then you got to confirm that it's you. By the way, you don't. You don't have to confirm. Like I didn't confirm that. I was still able to buy something. Like I was trying to buy these fucking light bulbs today. The overhead lighting, the track lighting. So I'm trying to get the warm, whatever the fuck it is, the warm light. Not the soul-sucking fluorescent light. You know, like I'm, you know, I don't know, an office building in 1968. I don't want to be underneath that shit. And I was perusing. They have, you know, bright light, something. I want soft. I think it was soft white. That's what I wanted. They had all these different ones, and they didn't have the ones that I wanted, so I just keep looking and looking. And then one of the light bulbs, you actually had to download an app for the light bulb. Meaning that the light bulb was somehow tracking you and taking information. I told you I got a new refrigerator in my kitchen, and I opened it up. And by the third day, I looked in and I go, is that a fucking camera? There's a camera. So then they sell these things online to cover up the camera. So I'm like, I'm not using those things. Like, why would you make the camera and then sell the thing to cover it up? I feel like you guys are both in business. You're getting money off me twice, and it's more like sunglasses on the camera. So it looks like to me you blocked the camera, but you really didn't. So I got like electrical tape and just put it on. Fucking cunts. You fucking cunts. Definitely with the dressing down, like dressing like bums. If I was a young man right now, I actually think dressing sharp would get you a lot of ladies. Because everybody else is, I don't know, maybe he's talking about older people. There is something about if when you get older too, if you still dress nice, people respect you more, they notice you, makes you feel good about yourself. If you don't dress nice, like, you're sending out to the world that you quit. And everybody's just like, okay, duly noted. Noted. Don't need to deal with that guy. That's the fashion equivalent in my business of being part of somebody's entourage. If you want to make it in this business, the last thing you do is become part of somebody's entourage. Because then you are no longer seen as somebody trying to make it. You are seen as sort of an extension of the person they actually want to hire for the movie or give the gig to. And you're just sort of the fucking wacky sidekick. You turn yourself into Robin. And then you got to fucking, you got to hang around and wait till whoever's running the entourage is ready to go. And everybody's going to like fucking, It's such a weird dynamic, the entourage. And then as the performer, to have an entourage, that's also a dangerous thing because then your good mood becomes like currency. So no matter what's going on, everybody's going to act like everything's fucking great to keep you in a good mood so everybody gets paid. So then you start like not understanding if you're doing quality work. These are just my opinions, people. All right? Take it or leave it, okay? You know what? I covered a lot of ground on that. Like that last listener, he did cover a lot of ground. He went from fucking sweatpants to, put a Santa hat on, you bastard. All right, ordering the dinner. Dear Bill Giblet Face. Oh, Jesus, insulting me. This year, my sister-in-law insisted we go to her house for Thanksgiving. Okay. This would be fine, except I'd rather go to my parents' house because that's where I'm going to feel the most comfortable. Know the food is going to be great, and I get to have a holiday in my childhood home. The holy trifecta. All right, I like how you're thinking here. So after convincing my family to have it at her house, we expected her to go all out. Oh, no. But my mother and my wife wanted to bring something like dessert or a side. She refused and said she had it all covered. My spidey sense didn't like any of this. Oh, my God, I've been to a Thanksgiving like this. And I remember I snuck out. I forget what my excuse was. Oh, I remember I snuck out and said I was going to go down to the Laugh Factory and feed food to the homeless, which I did for like 7 minutes. And then I went next door to Greenblatt's and I got a fucking Thanksgiving dinner. All right. But my mother and my wife, okay. My spidey sense didn't like any of this. Well, I was right to have my concerns. We show up and there's a huge spread, but she ordered it from a local place that basically is a Whole Food type store. I wouldn't be so pissed except that she was hyping up all the work she was doing. The food wasn't that bad, but it wasn't home cooked. It wasn't my mom's work. I didn't go in with a good attitude, but the fact that she was talking up the meal and all she did was have to pay for it and pick it up kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Yeah, anybody could have done that. But she should have said it. You're turning down home-cooked meals? Or like sides and a dessert? You at least could have had that. He goes, I know I sound like a whiny cunt who's not thankful at a time when I should be. No, you're 100% right. You had another place to go to that was going to be home-cooked food, and you showed up and she went to Ralph's. Anyway, the person says, I'm thankful that everyone is happy and healthy and that I have access to food, but give me a fucking break. Don't be proud of ordering food. Either you're cooking or you're a live-in waitress, acting as the face of the food you didn't make. I went to a restaurant today and I had to figure out their fucking iPad, and I ordered everything, and then in the end they asked me for a tip. So then if you give a tip, the people behind the counter, it goes to management, and then they give a percentage of that. It's such fucking bullshit. But, you know, people use Apple Pay. Stupid. The same people that use Apple Pay are going to use those driverless cars. They're so dumb. They're such stupid fucking people. They just don't think. Phasing out cash. Jesus Christ, what the fuck are you doing? Now in the future, they're going to know every fucking transaction you ever did. And then they're going to fuck you even harder on taxes. And when you bitch about it online, you're going to get into your own driverless car, and the doors are going to lock, and it's going to take you to go get fucking re-educated. It's a police car. It's your own private police car. And you're going to be microchipped, and you're going to be in the fucking car, and they'll just press a button, and it will drive you to them to begin the re-education process. All right. Getting a little crazy here. We're talking Thanksgiving, Bill. Relax, all right? Let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. Hockey films. Bill, hope all is well. Listening to your November 24th Monday morning podcast and thought I would send a message from the state of hockey, Minnesota. Absolutely. This week's podcast, you brought up two things that caught my attention: obscure films and old hockey. Have you seen the 2005 Canadian film The Rocket about Maurice Richard? I haven't. Fantastic film. It shows hockey and life before your or my time. I am older at 64. Very eye-opening life, both on and off the ice. If you have not seen it, please do. A lot of it is in French, so you can polish up on your French-speaking skills. I listen to so much French. When I listen to Canadians speak French, it doesn't sound like French to me. Another off-the-beaten-path watch you might enjoy is the Canadian TV series The Tournament, 2005. I got a couple for you. The Boys on the Bus, which sounds like a gay porno, but I swear to God it isn't. It's about the Edmonton Oilers. I think before they won their first cup, Paul Coffey, Gretzky, Messier, Yari, Curry, Grant, Fuhr, Glenn Anderson, all those motherfuckers. Mike Krushelnyski, didn't he go over there? From the Bruins. Who else went over there? Oh, God, what the fuck? Craig McTavish. Anyway. And, of course, Slapshot. Everybody's seen that one, though, right? Another off the Youngblood. Another off the beaten path about the tournament. It's a mockumentary-style show about youth hockey and how nutty the adults are. The funniest thing I can remember about this series is how a parent talked about Uncle Phil, meaning Phil Esposito, always stopping over at his single mother's home and ending up making pancakes for him the next morning. Phil does appear in the episode. Having raised two boys in this state, youth hockey was unavoidable, so I lived that nonsense. Happy holiday to you and your family. Oh, that's a fucking great idea. I got to watch that. The Tournament, 2005, and The Rocket. I would love to read that or see that film, as they say. As they say. As you say, as they say. Anyway, how much fucking time have I done here? 20 minutes plus 29. Oh, God, we're up to 50 minutes. Just like that, dude. Just like fucking that. All right, so now we are into December. Have a December to remember. Go online and buy a bunch of fucking shit you don't need. Celebrate the fucking bastard in your life. I got my shit all done. My wife bought some things. My lovely wife bought some stuff, so I have to wrap these. And once I wrap these, I am done. I'm ready to go. I'm going to go get the goddamn tree. You know? I used to get one on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. I would just immediately go right into it. But then the thing, like, dies. You know? It doesn't, like, turn brown, but, like, all the branches are, like, hanging down. like it jumped off a bridge and it's about ready to hit the water. You know, it wants to fucking knife in. Like it threw a rock down. I still don't get that. Like you throw the rock down so the water's moving. If the water's moving, it doesn't feel as hard. It doesn't feel as bad as concrete. I finally understand why at a certain speed water hurts. I guess it can't get out of the way fast enough. I've jumped off a few things that are a little higher, and my feet hit the water. I remember it was like, ow, that fucking hurt. Oh, Jesus. The worst is when you jump off a bridge to kill yourself and you don't die. That's got to be the worst. Then you're like suicidal and like stinging. Oh, God. And you wanted to kill yourself before your body was all fucking red and stinging. Jesus Christ. Now how fucking suicidal are you? Anyway. How the fuck did I end up start talking about suicide? You should reach out for help, though. I learned that one. You know, not when I was suicidal, just when I was going through some shit. There's so much shit you hear and you just don't think it applies to you. You know? Like, you know, if you're going through something, you should reach out, talk to people. And I used to always hear that. I used to, you know, when I was younger, I was like, that's fucking gay, right? Yeah, this year, you know, I kind of went through some shit and I reached out to some people and I was like, yeah, that actually makes you feel a lot better. As opposed to just sitting there doing the John Wayne thing. Well, I'm just going to sit here and deal with it myself, you know. That's not the way to go. Because you don't have any answers. And then you come up with the solution. And then that's how that goes, man. It is a slippery goddamn slope. All right, so Monday Night Football. The Patriots versus the Giants. I got a good feeling. You know, the Giants got a bunch of injuries. I don't know. We will see. We will see. It will be funny to watch Giants still living their glory days. I do. Whenever they give me shit, I go, you realize that was like fucking 17 years ago. Hey, you remember 2 decades ago? Yeah, I do. It's fading, but yeah, I do. You know? Do you remember the decade after when we won 3 more Super Bowls? Do you remember, some reason you don't remember that part? That's weird. You also remember we also lost to the Eagles. You weren't the only ones, so I mean, I don't fucking... New York is weird like that. They always get they get something on. They just want to keep doing it for fucking ever, long past when it matters. I like that they finally said fuck Boston. They finally like moved on from that 1918 cadence when they were trying to go Boston sucks. That right there should let you know. All right, you know what New York and Boston have in common? Is most of the smart people there are from somewhere else. Like Boston has this weird thing where it's like the meathead capital of the world. You know, you've been listening to me for an hour, so obviously you know that's true. And then we also have like MIT and Harvard, BU, and all these smart schools, dude. Nobody I knew went to those fucking schools. I knew a bunch of people that went to Quincy Jr., or Bunker Hill Community College, UMass Amherst, dude. Go out there, come out of there with like, back in the day, like you'd come out like 30 grand in debt and fucking cirrhosis of the liver. And you'd know at least one person that knew somebody that was the person that fell off the elevators. They used to ride elevators. They jump back and forth and kids would like, they would have fatalities at their parties out there. It's fucking insane. Fucking insane school. I don't think I ever went there. I went to UMass Boston, but I never went to... I didn't tell you guys that. I went to UMass Boston for a few semesters. I did tell you this story. And it was just total, everybody commuted. So everybody just came to class and they got the fuck out of there. And one time the Kinks were playing. And we were all thinking like, that's not like the Kinks, the real Kinks. That's like, is it spelled with like a lowercase K or some shit? What is this? And I took a chance and it was the actual Kinks. And they didn't promote the gig. And there was like fucking 80 people there. And the Kinks fucking destroyed. And that was the best. That was my best memory of going to UMass Boston. Used to take the red line in from Quincy Adams. Then, and I was psyched taking the train in. I felt like I was, because I was a suburb kid. I felt I'm taking the subway, so I feel like I'm taking the red line, like I'm some badass, right? Then after about a month, I'm like, the fucking subway sucks. So then I would go to Quincy Center, and then I would go to Walston Beach. I would go all the way to that last one. Not North Quincy. What was that last stop called? And I would just take it like one stop over that goddamn bridge, and I would be right there. And I would park my truck, but then I'd be more towards the inner city. Then you get your fucking radio stolen. Those were the days, and you knew when you were there. All right, that's the podcast, everybody. I was serious about that. If you're going through some shit, call up a buddy. You'll feel better. You'll feel better. Don't just sit there by yourself, sulking. You'll get through it. Then you got a story, and then you're stronger because you got through it. All right, that's it, everybody. Go fuck yourselves, and I'll check in on you on Thursday.